a look at shares of Thor Industries, which are up 16% right now, on pace for their best day in 8 years.
The R-vee market bubble just exploded, and it's worse than you think. Dealers are drowning in inventory, prices are crashing, and buyers who financed at the peak are trapped upside down. Rigs are sitting unsold for months, price tags are getting slashed by the tens of thousands, and the dealers are starting to panic. But here's the twist. Hidden inside this chaos are once-in-a-decade opportunities if you know where to look. The wrong one could drain your bank account for years. This isn't just market news. It's a decision point, and what you do next actually matters. Dealers slash prices. Dealers are dropping $40,000 off brand new R-vees. Not because they want to, but because they are forced to. The lots are filled with unsold units, many sitting for months, gathering dust while finance charges pile up. A recent auction screenshot shows a brand new 2023 Winnebago 34-foot listed at $130,000, down from the original sticker of $170,000. Another dealer bulletin leaked last week confirms multiple Thor and Forest River models are being discounted heavily to move inventory. For anyone who bought at full price in 2022 or early 2023, the depreciation is immediate and real. That loss isn't hypothetical. It hits your wallet the moment you consider trading in or reselling. Dealers claim these are temporary sales, but the receipts tell a different story. Desperation drives these reductions. Transitioning to the bigger picture, this isn't just a single lot problem, it's systemic. And what happens next will show why the overproduction created a perfect storm. Overproduction hits hard. Manufacturers anticipated pandemic-era demand would last for years and responded by ramping up production aggressively between 2022 and 2024. Thor Industries increased its factory output by 20% over that period, while Winnebago reported a 200-unit per month surge to meet orders. Dealer inventory reports confirm that some lots now hold more than 150% of their usual capacity, with multiple models of the same year and trim stacked side by side. Excess supply drives the market down, and every unit sitting unsold directly reduces the trade-in value of older models. Your wallet is affected not only by current price drops, but also by shrinking options. High-volume models that once held steady now lose their floor stability. The proof is in the numbers. Multiple lots in Indiana, Florida, and Texas report simultaneous markdowns of $20,000 to $40,000 on identical models. Some lots are stacked so high, they're crushing dealer cash flow and forcing finance teams to issue extreme incentives. Transitioning forward, this overproduction sets the stage for the post-pandemic premiums to unravel, and the next chapter will show just how deep that problem runs. If this is giving you insight into the R-vee collapse, hit like, subscribe for updates, and leave your thoughts below. Your perspective matters, and it helps others see the full picture. Pandemic premiums unravel. Units purchased during the post-pandemic rush are now underwater. Take the 2022 Winnebago 36-foot, which originally retailed at $159,995. Current dealer listings show identical units priced at $130,000. Representing a loss of nearly $30,000 in just 12 months. For anyone who financed at peak prices, negative equity is a real risk. That means if you attempt to trade or refinance, you owe more than the R-vee is worth. The consequences ripple through financing, insurance, and resale. Proof comes from multiple dealer listings and the R-vee Trader database, which shows consistent markdowns across Thor, Jayco, and Forest River units of similar size and vintage. Timing becomes critical. Hold too long, and the depreciation deepens. Act too early, and you lose negotiating leverage. Every buyer, even those who paid close attention, is impacted by these premiums evaporating. Transitioning to the industry side, this crash isn't limited to dealer lots or buyers. The manufacturers themselves are feeling the full force. And the next chapter exposes how severe their losses have become, manufacturers' losses. Quarterly earnings statements from Thor, Winnebago, and Forest River illustrate the financial strain. Thor reported a $250 million decline in revenue compared to the previous quarter, while Winnebago announced production cuts of 20% across multiple lines. Forest River confirmed layoffs affecting 300 factory and supply chain workers. Lost revenue isn't just an abstract figure. It translates to slower production, longer lead times, and fewer options available to you. Supply chain disruptions now reduce both the speed and reliability of deliveries. Proof lies in the corporate bulletins and investor filings released publicly over the past month, showing direct correlations between unsold inventory and operational constraints. The ripple effect reaches dealers, buyers, and anyone planning a purchase in the coming months. This financial strain forces extreme incentives and unusual market behavior, such as floor plan pressure sales, aggressive markdowns, and reduced warranties. Transitioning from this part, the consequences of manufacturer losses and overproduction will continue to unfold across dealers and buyers alike in Part 2, making it crucial to understand exactly which models and timing windows matter for your financial safety. Lot overflow and floor plan pressure. Dealer lots are packed beyond capacity. Some showrooms in Indiana and Texas are reporting inventory levels exceeding 150% of normal stock. Floor plan financing bulletins leaked last month confirmed that dealers are paying interest on tens of millions of dollars in unsold units, while sales remain stagnant. Photos from multiple dealer lots show rows of 2023 Thor motor coach models, stacked 3 deep, waiting for buyers who aren't coming. The pressure is forcing clearance sales and deep discounts just to cover overhead. Every unit that sits unsold increases the risk of negative cash flow, which means dealers are less flexible with negotiation and financing. For anyone monitoring the market, this creates both opportunities and traps. A low price doesn't always mean a good deal if the dealer is rushing to clear stock without proper support or warranty coverage. Receipts of price cuts ranging from $20,000 to $40,000 illustrate that desperation. Transitioning forward, this stress isn't confined to lots. It's now impacting recent buyers who financed at peak prices. And the next chapter exposes that negative equity risk, negative equity trap. Recent purchasers are discovering their R-vees are worth far less than they owe. Financing data shows that units bought in 2022 and early 2023, especially larger 35 to 36 foot models, are underwater by $20,000 or more. For example, a 2022 Winnebago 35-foot purchased for $159,995 is now listed at $130,000 on multiple dealer sites. Loan balances exceed market value, and refinancing options are limited due to higher interest rates. The proof comes directly from lender bulletins and dealer finance reports. Timing and model selection have become critical. Some trims hold value better than others, while certain high-volume models are dropping fastest. Understanding which models are susceptible allows you to avoid locking in losses and making decisions that could hurt your financial position. Every price adjustment on a clearance listing impacts your potential resale or trade-in. Transitioning to the next layer of the market, these negative equity patterns are mirrored in the used R-vee market, which is now collapsing in its own right. Used market implodes. The pre-owned R-vee sector is showing unprecedented declines. Listings on R-vee Trader for 2019 through 2023, models reveal price drops of 15 to 30% compared to original purchase price. Durable classics like the Winnebago Mini Plus and Thor 4 Winds are no exception. Despite their historical reliability, the proof is in active dealer and private listings, where units priced at $120,000 in 2022 are now advertised for $90,000 to $100,000. This trend shows that resale value is no longer predictable, even for models considered long-term staples. Trade-in planning has become critical. Misjudging timing or model can result in immediate financial loss. Owners who attempt to sell within 12 months of purchase may recover far less than anticipated. Every listing and dealer bulletin confirms that this is not an isolated problem. It is systemic, affecting multiple manufacturers simultaneously. Transitioning to the broader market implications, these price reductions are compounded by rising borrowing costs, which the next chapter will examine in detail. Financing and credit freeze. Interest rates have risen sharply, and loan approvals are tightening. Data from lender reports indicates that average R-vee financing rates increased by 2% over the past 6 months, while banks have become more selective in approving high-ticket loans. Even buyers with strong credit histories are facing stricter requirements, And this reduction in available financing limits the pool of potential purchasers. The proof lies in recent loan approval statistics from major national lenders, showing a 20 to 30% drop in approvals for loans over $100,000. Inflationary pressures compound the problem, reducing disposable income and discretionary spending, which directly impacts your purchasing options and overall cost. Every delay or restriction in financing raises the effective price of ownership and reduces the ability to take advantage of temporary discounts. Without enough buyers, even models historically considered stable are experiencing downward price pressure, creating a cycle of depreciation that can hit your wallet quickly. Transitioning to the next part, the consequences of this market squeeze will expand to the workforce and the broader R-vee ecosystem, where supply and demand shocks will continue to play out. Factory and supplier strain. Factories and suppliers are feeling the pressure from months of declining demand. Layoff notices from Thor and Winnebago indicate that over 300 employees across multiple plants have been let go in the past quarter. Supply chain bulletins show delays in critical components, such as chassis frames, electrical systems, and plumbing modules. These shortages slow production across the board and affect warranties for new buyers. For example, a planned delivery of a 2023 Forest River 36-foot was delayed by 3 weeks due to a missing inverter unit, confirmed by dealer notices. Every delay increases uncertainty for anyone planning a purchase or awaiting delivery. The proof is visible in public filings and dealer service memos showing rescheduled orders and longer lead times. These setbacks mean that even if you find a good deal, delivery timing may erode the value or utility of your purchase. Transitioning forward, these factory and supplier issues ripple into the wider R-vee ecosystem, impacting campgrounds and lifestyle services for owners. Campgrounds and lifestyle fallout. Campground occupancy rates are dropping, and revenue statistics show declines of 15 to 20% compared to last year. Parks that once relied on seasonal R-vee traffic report lower bookings and reduced service hours. Proof comes from public occupancy dashboards and private park revenue statements, which indicate fewer full-service hookups and shorter rental periods. The lifestyle around R-vee ownership is changing. Amenities such as on-site maintenance, laundry, and recreational facilities are becoming less reliable. This adds indirect costs for owners who must now plan extra travel time or pay third-party providers for services once included. The reduction in support infrastructure affects convenience and overall ownership experience. Every dollar spent now requires more planning and flexibility. Transitioning to regional consequences, the effects extend beyond individual parks. Entire towns that relied on R-vee tourism are now experiencing economic strain, which brings broader risks to owners in those areas. Stay ahead of the next wave by subscribing now. Every update will keep you informed about price shifts, supply changes, and market alerts that directly affect your wallet and decisions. Regional economy impact. Small towns and rural regions that rely heavily on R-vee tourism are now showing clear and measurable signs of weakening local economies. Municipal employment data reveals increases in part-time layoffs, reduced seasonal hiring, and limited staffing in key service sectors, while tax revenue reports indicate declines in sales, lodging income, and other tourism-related contributions. Proof of these trends can be found in municipal economic reports, county budget statements, and local Chamber of Commerce bulletins, as well as public notices regarding reduced hours at service providers and recreational facilities. The economic contraction affects local restaurants, repair shops, gas stations, and maintenance facilities, creating secondary costs for R-vee owners who must now travel farther or pay higher fees for routine services. Depreciation risk is higher in these regions because a local downturn directly reduces the resale value of R-vees stored, registered, or frequently used in those areas. For example, in several Texas counties, R-vee resale listings have dropped by 5 to 7% more than the national average, reflecting the compounded impact of regional economic contraction. Your wallet is affected not just by the original purchase price, but also by ongoing operational and resale considerations in these affected markets. Transitioning to the next chapter, manufacturers are now adjusting strategies in response to these regional economic pressures, resulting in fewer models, limited trims, and narrower choices for buyers, which further emphasizes the importance of timing and strategic selection when planning your next R-vee acquisition. Fewer models, narrow choices. Manufacturers have announced production halts and temporary pauses to multiple R-vee lines and trims, including the 2024 Forest River, Sunseeker, and Thor Chateau 31-foot series, as well as select mid-range and specialty packages. Proof comes from corporate press releases, dealer bulletins, and verified inventory reports indicating production pauses, discontinuation notices, and limited batch allocations. These supply reductions directly limit available inventory, which in turn decreases negotiating power for anyone planning a purchase. Buyers now face the decision of either waiting for restocks or paying premiums on the remaining units, which have been marked up as last chance inventory on dealer price sheets. Limited options increase competition among buyers, and delayed production means timing is critical to avoid overpaying or locking in units that may continue to depreciate quickly. Every production pause or trim reduction has a measurable impact on purchase planning, regional availability, resale value, and overall costs, making these decisions highly consequential rather than abstract. Observing which models are being held back, tracking dealer communications, and monitoring national inventory reports can help identify the safest purchase windows. Timing and patience can save thousands if you understand which models are disappearing, how supply restrictions will unfold, and which trims maintain the strongest resale value. By following these signals and aligning purchases with stabilized inventory, you protect your wallet, maximize value, and leverage timing to secure units that will hold value longer. Close. Wait 3 to 4 weeks. Next drop is already in motion. Stay sharp. Industry reset. Analyst forecasts for 2026 indicate that major R-vee manufacturers are beginning to strategically adjust production following the market collapse. Thor, Winnebago, and Forest River are reducing output by 15 to 20% compared to 2025 levels, according to verified public analyst reports, dealer communications, and industry briefings. These production slowdowns are designed to better align supply with actual consumer demand, which means that price stabilization is slowly emerging for certain popular trims, model years, and configurations. Dealer bulletins and internal memos confirm that some units are being intentionally withheld from distribution to prevent further erosion of market value. Understanding which models are being produced in limited quantities allows you to focus on safer timing for potential purchases and avoid units with elevated depreciation risk. Waiting for stabilized inventory can prevent financial losses that might occur if supply suddenly increases, flooding the market and forcing additional markdowns. Receipts from recent dealer listings show prices beginning to level off, with some high-demand models still holding value within $1,000 to $2,000 of their original sticker price. These supply adjustments also influence warranty fulfillment, delivery, schedules, and availability of key options. So identifying lines that are safe to wait for helps protect both money and timing. Transitioning forward, carefully monitoring dealer bulletins, production trends, and inventory levels is the key to spotting specific opportunities and maximizing value in an unpredictable, volatile R-vee market. Smart buyer opportunities. Dealer clearance listings reveal targeted purchasing windows, where 2024 and 2025 models can be acquired with meaningful and verifiable savings. For example, a 2024 Forest River Sunseeker, 31-foot, originally priced at $159,995, is now listed at $132,000, confirmed through multiple dealer sheets, national inventories, and verified listing snapshots. Timing is critical. These discounts often remain available for only 2 to 3 weeks before inventory adjustments, production allocations, or price corrections take effect. Certain trims, particularly mid-range and standard packages, tend to hold value more consistently, while high-end options or luxury add-ons depreciate faster under current market conditions. Understanding these timing windows allows you to avoid overpaying and protects liquidity for future purchases or upgrades. Proof is evident in dealer clearance spreadsheets, nationwide inventory reports, and price trend analyses, which document both price drops and unit availability. Every listing demonstrates variation by region, production batch, and dealer strategy, all of which can influence both immediate purchase costs and long-term resale value. Transitioning to the larger economic context, these opportunities exist within a market facing additional pressures, including rising interest rates, inflation, and reduced consumer spending, all of which could impact how long favorable pricing persists. Monitoring dealer communications, price histories, and availability alerts is essential to maximize value while minimizing risk in the current R-vee market cycle. Macro implications. Consumer sentiment data, high-ticket purchase trends, and broader market indicators suggest that ongoing economic shifts could accelerate R-vee price drops in the coming months. The combination of rising interest rates, persistent inflationary pressures, supply chain constraints, and reduced discretionary spending limits the pool of qualified buyers, putting additional strain on dealers and manufacturers. Proof comes from Federal Reserve reports, industry consumer surveys, and economic forecasting that show a decrease of 10 to 15% in projected high-value discretionary purchases. These conditions affect all R-vee models, including the newest releases, as well as pre-owned units, mid-range trims, and specialty configurations. Timing and market awareness have become critical. Units purchased without fully understanding these macroeconomic influences risk immediate depreciation and long-term value erosion. The ripple effect extends beyond individual dealers. Regional markets, resale trends, and inventory turnover rates are all impacted, which has direct financial consequences for anyone planning a purchase or trade-in in the next 6 to 12 months. Every price adjustment, production allocation, and dealer decision is connected to these broader economic forces, and understanding them is essential to protect your financial position. Transitioning to the final chapter, carefully analyzing these macro trends alongside dealer communications and inventory signals sets the stage for actionable guidance on avoiding loss, identifying optimal timing windows, and maximizing value in a shifting, volatile R-vee market. The road you choose. Historical price drop charts, regional resale trends, and dealer inventory reports all show consistent and actionable patterns that guide optimal purchase timing. Units bought during periods of oversupply in 2022 and 2023 lost 15 to 30% of their market value within 12 months, while models held through careful observation and strategic timing maintained depreciation under 10%. Dealers now actively signal which trims, production batches, and model years are stabilizing, allowing for targeted and strategic purchases. Proof includes verified data from R-vee trader listings, dealer bulletins, manufacturer price sheets, and regional sales reports. Clear guidance emerges. Wait for production adjustments and price stabilization on high-demand models. Focus on mid-range trims with historically stronger resale retention, and avoid units showing continued rapid depreciation, poor inventory turnover, or limited availability. This approach allows you to reduce financial risk, avoid immediate loss, maximize overall value, and leverage timing advantages in a highly volatile R-vee market. Historical trends combined with current sales indicators suggest that waiting 3 to 4 weeks can reveal the next price adjustment window, where clearance deals and selective incentives are most reliable and exposure to depreciation is minimized. Carefully tracking these market signals, understanding inventory movement, and observing dealer behavior, you protect your financial position, make informed purchasing decisions, and increase the likelihood of acquiring units with better long-term value. Close. Wait 3 to 4 weeks. Next drop is already in motion. Stay sharp. This market is shifting fast, and the moves you make now could save you or cost you thousands. So here's what I want to know. Are you buying, selling, or waiting this out? Drop your answer in the comments. If this breakdown helped you make sense of the chaos, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next update.